Hi,
Hi Ray, good
how
afternoon.
you doing? You are Neil?
Yes, I'm Neil.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, so far.
Oh,
Just really
great.
busy this morning, so sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. And thank you for joining the call amidst your busy schedule.
Thank you.
Hmm. So, Akansha, my from our team mentioned that you are looking for a pre-owned or a used car, and
Yes.
so, can you share a little bit about where you are, what you're looking for, and then post that I can share a little bit about our company, Concierge Pro, and how we have been serving clients over the last 4 years, with and providing them cost savings and convenience.
Right. Okay. Uh, Let me grab. So basically, I'm in Hollywood. No, not the bad part of Hollywood. Los Angeles, nine
Okay.
zero zero 28.
90028. Okay.
90027
Okay.
is my
90028.
zip code.
Okay.
Uh, um, I'm looking for a Ford. It's a little bit specific. A Ford Transit.
Akansha, can you take a
Used.
note of it?
Say again.
No, no. I'm just letting my team member know that to take notes of what you are sharing.
Okay.
We can
Okay then.
we can understand your requirement in greater detail.
Yes. So I'm looking for a van. It's a cargo van.
Okay.
Ford Transit. Um, i- but it's specifically the shorter wheelbase, 130 inches
Hmm.
wheelbase,
Okay.
because that's easier to park.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the medium roof,
Okay. Medium roof. Okay.
and preferably white because that's standard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, and my budget is, I would really like to go below 20,000 if
20,000.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, the lower the mileage, the better. So I've seen some that are actually below 20,
Mm-hmm.
and my mileage is like, of course, the lower the better. So like 100,000 miles, below 100,000 miles would be really great.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually seen some that were like 60 or 80, so that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And of course, the newer the better. 20, you know 2020 or above,
Okay.
kind of like playing around in that area. But
Mm-hmm.
if I have to make compromises, knowing, understanding that it is a little bit hard to find this model. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Noted. And then, do you have any current vehicle or a van for a trade-in or for selling? Or
No, I
it's a
do have a
separate
current.
purchase? Yeah.
I do have a vehicle, but I still need it. I would rather use it, so I don't want to trade in
Okay.
this vehicle. Um, what else? So no trade-ins, and if as much as possible, I don't want to make any down payments. I just want to pay the, you know.
Pay it in cash.
Oh no, no, not cash. No, 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 not cash. But I would like to pay it in through monthly payments. But if I can avoid paying a down payment, that would be great.
Okay. And is there any particular budget you have in mind for monthly payments? That okay, Neil. Yeah.
Not definitely not more than 500. We're talking like, if I can keep it below 400, or 400 or below, that would be fantastic.
Okay. Noted. Okay, cool. And what is your ballpark credit score, if I may ask?
It's currently 603. It's not stellar.
Okay, no worries.
So I was wondering whether I should, I would have like waited 3 months to raise it up a bit, but I really need that van right now. So yeah, again,
Sure. So what we can do is we can buy it right now. That is based upon your preference. And after 3 months, once as you see that your credit score is getting corrected and it is increasing to 650 or 660 and plus, you can come back to us and we can work on refinancing.
oh right, right. Oh, that'd
So
be
then,
great. And
yeah,
and
then we
and
can save
if
on the interest.
oh, that would be fantastic. Uh and also once I purchase it, right,
Yep.
I will, as I pay it, obviously my credit score will improve because I'm paying this thing
Yes, on
off,
a monthly
right?
basis. Correct. So it shows that you are a good borrower and you are
I
managing.
will definitely not miss any payments at all. I really want to improve my, you know, my credit score as much as possible.
Hmm. Okay, sure. So we can do this. All right. And so we have taken a note of your requirements. And the way we work is, as we just rightly discussed, understand your requirement and then go out in the market, work with multiple dealerships who has the exact when per your preference, and we list down all those options on a spreadsheet on a Google document and share that access with you. So you have real-time availability as to
Right,
the options we are finding online within 50 miles of your zip code, which is 90027, within 100 miles of your zip code, within 200 miles of your zip code, to see, first of all, collect all different options. So that way, we are not
right,
getting worried, okay, that I only have one car, and if a dealership is asking me to pay instead of 20,000, $25,000, I have no other options but.
right.
So, as a concierge and as a consultant, we work on your behalf. We do not work with a dealership. We are not affiliated with any dealership. We don't get any kickback, incentives, commissions from no one. Right. So, it doesn't
That's
matter.
great.
Thank you. Whether you're buying a van or you're buying a Honda vehicle or whether you're buying a motorcycle or whether you're buying a yacht. So we do the curation, negotiation, everything for every one of our client in a very systematic manner. And we take care of the two most important elements, which is number one, cost savings. We gotta save money in order to do this deal
Mhm.
because it's your hard-earned money which you're putting to the table. And then the second one is the convenience. We don't want to be bogged down by the dealership salespeople calling you every hour and saying, "Hey Ray, here is the deal. Please come to the dealership, otherwise the deal will be off the table." It never happens that way.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So we take care of all those things on a daily basis. None of the dealership will ever get to know that this van, which is being sourced for, which is being discussed about, is for you till the very final day where we are going to make the deal. At that time, only the dealership will connect with you, collect
Mhm.
that information, and then move forward with respect to the sale of the van. Till that time, we will take care of all the missed calls, the text messages, the emails which comes from multiple dealership. But that doesn't mean that you will not have the visibility of what you're doing, of what we are doing. So our team will
Right.
be communicating with you on a daily or an alternate day basis based upon our findings in the market, based upon what market pricing observations which we are making. We'll also compare the miles versus the price because you mentioned
Mhm.
that, right? I want a 2020 or newer, preferably. So we'll look into that aspect. We'll also look into the aspect, okay, if it is less than as low as miles as possible and as fair value of the vehicle price as possible, that's a good fit for us. So we'll calculate that. We do this in a very rational approach because we want to ensure that you have a positive experience. So you can go back and tell to five of your friends and family and your members in the community so that they come to us. And we
Yes.
completely rely on our clients to promote our very hard way of like dealing with the dealerships. We don't get manipulated by the dealerships. We don't take no for an answer. And we are calling left and right the dealerships until and unless we get the deal.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So that's why my friends call me, call Neil for a deal. Yes. A little bit lighter moments aside. So let me take a moment and share my screen so we can show you what we have done for our previous clients in the past, how we are documenting everything, and the way
Mhm.
we are communicating so that you have a frame of reference. This information is not presented on the website because then it will become an information overload. So we want to ensure that this becomes very interactive. We are here to answer any questions you have during this discussion. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So just let me take a moment here. I'll just open up my documents here. Yeah. Ray, let us know once you are able to see it. I'll also zoom in a little bit. I am aware that
Right.
you are on your phone, so I want to make it convenient and easy for you.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how we receive the information about our.
Hmm.
So this is a form which will be filled like during this call and immediately before we conclude our call to list down all the preferences what you have just shared with us. So for example, this one of our client, her name was Maddie. She was looking for Toyota RAV4, XLE Premium, none of the packages, very, very specific color. You also mentioned
Wow.
the color, what you are looking for, and also very specific interior color. And she was also based out of Arizona, right next to California. Our offices are also in Arizona, and but we serve across the US as well as across the Canada. We also serve in Alaska, British Columbia Islands, and Virgin Islands as well. And her budget was that give it to me at the retail price. I don't want to overpay to the dealership. And the timeline
Okay.
was very, very limited as 1 week. So some clients will come and say that I want it in 1 week. Some clients will say, no, take your time, Neil. I want the best deal. So we will work per your timeline and preferences to ensure that we can serve you in the best possible manner. Okay, so here you can see that we initiated the listings. So all the different options of Toyota RAV4, what we can find online is what we
Right.
started listing it down. And here, some of the features were there, what specifically she was looking for. She wanted a contactless phone charging, moonroof,
Yes.
ventilated seats, tinted windows. I know your preference is very simple and it's a very, I would say, you are open to different possibilities. So for the van, what we'll be looking at with about $20,000 as a price range, we'll be also listing down all different features and packages what each of these van has. So then we can compare apple to apple rather than just focusing on price, whether we are getting a little bit more in terms of
Right.
what kind of seats or the interior this van has versus this one. And as you are looking for the pre-owned one, it is very, very important for us to look at a Carfax report. We want to ensure that the van has not been in the fender bender or it's not been stolen in the past or there is no lien on the vehicle, right? So all
Right.
these things has to be cleared out Because sometimes if it's like too flashy, right? We all know that if it is too flashy or if it is too good to be true, then there is some issue with it, which is not being highlighted. So if a dealership comes to us and say, Neil, I'll sell this van for $15,000, what we'll do is we'll ask them, give us a Carfax report, give us a dealership inspection report, and let us review that. That way, we ensure that there are no mechanical issues, no transmission issues, no engine issues before we pay for the vehicle. Because it's, again, we are putting a lot of capital at stake, and we got to be ensuring that we are buying the right vehicle at the right price.
Right. Absolutely.
Sure.
Uh,
I'll take a pause here and open it up. Do you have any questions, any comments on this front?
uh, regarding see, one reason why I chose within 100 miles. I mean, 100 miles is already pretty. I mean, preferably 70 miles is my limit to go, because I'd rather. As far as I know, with regarding say a used van,
Yeah.
you the one thing that you guys cannot do for me is to actually look at it or have a mechanic look at it. Am I correct?
No, so we coordinate that. So let's say we
Oh,
find 15 different options within 70 miles of your radius preference. Then what we'll do is, first of all, we'll get the Carfax report and a dealership inspection report. If there are certain issues which has been observed, we'll filter those options out. Then let's say we
oh,
are left with 5 to 7 options. Then we'll get the negotiated pricing in writing on a dealership quotation or on the email. If they say, no, you please walk in, the price will be gone, blah, 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 da, 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 then we don't entertain those dealerships. So we'll cancel those options out. And now let's say we are limited, like we now have 3 options to review. Then we'll discuss with you and say, and then if you say, Neil, I like this 2 option, then we can go ahead and schedule the mechanical inspection on either one or both the vehicles. Of course, there is a
oh,
associated cost with it, because when a mechanic will go, or as a third party
sure.
or a third person, they typically charge about 100 to 150,000, sorry, not thousand, 100 to, sorry, my bad,
No problem.
150 to $200 per inspection.
So
And that,
that's
yeah.
added to your fee, right?
No,
That's
no, no.
added
So
to.
that you
Oh,
directly pay to them. We don't take any referral
oh,
fee. We don't take any commission. It's a direct payment to that third party. We just facilitate that so that you don't have to again spend time to figure
oh.
those things out. We will also
So
share.
just to clarify, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Just to clarify, let's say whatever the mechanic charges, is that who pays that for the say who pays the 100 or 150?
it will be
Is
paid
it?
by you. But
Yeah.
so
Okay. There you go.
we
Yeah.
don't
Just confirming.
yeah, yeah. So, but we don't recommend to do it on every vehicle. We just recommend
Right.
on the very final vehicle before we are going to fill out the credit application, or even, if required,
Yes.
put a down payment of $1,000 or something, or reserve the van for $500
Right.
deposit. No payment or no inspection is required till that time. And in order to prevent continuous fees given to the mechanic, we have 3 reports what we ask the dealership to give it to us.
Right.
Yeah, so at least 80% of the vehicles can be screened by those reports itself, rather than asking mechanic to go and check out
Sure.
10 different vans. So that way we can save on the cost.
So Neil, you what I mean, clarify, because I'm a little bit I'm not that so familiar with that. What did you say, dealership report
Reports, yeah.
what is that exactly? It's
Yeah.
like something.
Yeah, great question. So there are 3 reports what we ask from the dealership. Number one is the Carfax. A detailed Carfax report is required. Number two is the auto check report. Number three is what we call dealership inspection report. It is called DIR.
Oh.
But if a dealership says, I don't have a DIR, it raises red flags. That means
Ah.
something is fishy.
Now, the dealership inspection report, is that what you call it, DIR?
Yeah,
That is specifically the condition of the car, right?
that is
That's
specifically the
pertaining to the condition.
yes. So
Now,
this is the
can
report.
can
Yeah,
can dealerships? I don't know how that works, because can dealerships uh sort of like cheat on the DIR or a DLR, or is that
they
something that cannot be
no, they
cheated?
can. They can. So
Right.
they can manipulate the Carfax report also. They can manipulate the DIR report as well. But here is the important fact. We do this 24/7, 365. So
Sure.
if they send us a report which is not the original one, or it is manipulated, we are able to identify very quickly and get
Got
back
it.
to them, right? And say, this is not a valid report. Please share a revised report.
So does the DLR require check checking by an independent mechanic, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it is
Or
actually done by a dealership service center people to
right.
to validate that the car meets all the driving conditions before they can again put the vehicle for sale. So what
Oh,
happens is,
no.
typically this van what we are looking for you would have been traded by someone who is buying something else from that dealership. Now that dealership might have paid $18,000 or $19,000 as a vehicle acquisition fee from that seller. And then
Right.
they will spend about 500 to $1,000 to do a little bit of fixture uppers to ensure that everything checks out. They'll check out on the engine oil, the brakes, the pads, everything, transmission, etc. And that 111-point inspection is done by the dealership service center, which is essentially they are certifying that now this vehicle is good for sale. And then it comes back to the sales team. Then they will list down on all different platforms, they'll promote it across the network, and then we also get that information from them. However, that
So,
that said, now the dealership has to also cover a little bit of the cost which is incurred. So they will not sell it at the $18,000 for which they bought. They'll try to put at 21 or $22,000 or even $25,000. But then we do the market comparison between year, miles, as well as the price of each one. And so if the price is like really out of the blue compared to all other different options which we are seeing, we do not contact that dealership because
mm.
they have already put the price so high that there is no point even in going and fighting with them. Rather,
Oh.
work with the dealership where the price is rationally listed and
Mm.
we are getting a clean quotation. What I mean by clean quotation is that they are not adding any miscellaneous fees, no window tint fees, no package fees, no
Rust proofing.
yes, no proofing, no color, no ATCH, no security fees. These are all, pardon my language of French here, these are all BS fees.
Sure.
All right. So we get rid of all those fees. It has to be a very simple quotation. That means price of the vehicle plus only applicable taxes, registration, title, and license fees. If there is anything else, we ask dealership to remove if they want to deal with us. Otherwise, after a couple of attempts, we say tata bye bye. Because the reason we are able to do so is because we have spent time doing a detailed market research and coming up with 15 to 20 options to begin with. So if one is not coming, we are not just like at the mercy of them.
Right.
Typically, what happens with individual buyers, not with you, but with families or someone, that they only have one day, right? That they will only have Sunday. They'll just go to the neighborhood dealership. They'll just choose like they'll
Mm,
look around five or six options, and they'll just like one. And then now they're like, okay, please give me the car. Please give me the car. And now they have lost the leverage to shop around. They've lost the
right.
leverage of like time. They've lost the leverage because they don't do negotiations daily. So they even don't know what is the actual price on the vehicle. But whereas we have everything as our dashboard. So we create a very similar dashboard, what you see on the car, which shows you the temperature, the gasoline, the speed, and keeps you at for it keeps you it gives you a proper direction. Just like that, the documents what I showed you, it gives us all different options, pricing, miles, radius, all of that. So we are not getting swayed or persuaded by the sales tactics or some of the nuances what they play. We are very, very focused upon what we want, how we want, and the way we'll get it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, you're right. Okay, so then can you please can you clarify how are you paid? What is your fee and
Yeah. So our fee, all inclusive, is $1,000, which
Mhm.
includes the market research, inventory availability, listing down all different options, coordinating with the dealership, getting the quotation, doing the negotiations, getting the contracts because you'll be signing the final contract with one of the dealership. So we review the contract because dealerships are notorious. What they will do is they'll say, yes, yes, you got a $21,300 deal today. But then tomorrow they will send the contract and they will do a very simple thing. From 21,300 they will do 21,800 because 3 and 8 looks the same.
Mm,
Yes, and then they will add like some gap insurance, they will add ETCH fee, then they will add the premium package fee, they'll add the convenience fee, all of that, and bloat it
mm,
up to make it $25,000. And here is the thing, they will not tell you that they've increased it to $25,000. What they will say, okay, you wanted a monthly payment of $500. Hey, Ray, I've kept your monthly payment for $500. But now instead of you paying for only 3 years, you will be paying for 5 years.
right.
Yeah. So they don't share the big elephant in the room, which is the total cost of ownership of your van. They will just talk about a monthly payment and then they will change the number of months you gotta pay to completely acquire your vehicle. So we do
Right.
apple to apple comparison that we need to have the clear out the door price, which is the total price, including applicable taxes. And we
Mm,
also need to have a very clear visibility that $500 needs to be paid for how many months. So when we receive that quotation, then we do the mechanical inspection for only the final car which is required, or you visit that dealership, will coordinate that appointment and everything. And once you say, Neil, we are good to go, then the contract, which is the order, that 10-page long contract they make you sign 10 different places, is what we will thoroughly review before we request you to sign so that
right.
the efforts what we have put in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks to reach to that point is well accepted by the dealership and we are not getting again played around by them or being taken advantage of by them in any different ways. And then once you get the keys of your vehicle, you step out of the dealership. That is where our engagement on a formal capacity gets completed. But we are supporting and serving our clients for any queries you have. You can come back and say, hey, Neil, what about my insurance? Should I take a maintenance package or should I replace this tire? Can you recommend me, okay, what's trending in the market? Any queries you have, for those we are not going to charge again, right? It's just a support which we are creating to build a proper ecosystem so that you can have a peace of mind that if I have any automotive queries, I have this team right, available at my fingertip at any given point in time. And again, this fees, which is $1,000, you don't have to pay everything upfront. It is $500 as we kick off this engagement. We show you what we are doing. We show you different options of van. You go test drive those vans. We negotiate. And then the day when you get the final keys of your van and you step out
Yes.
free and you say, Neil, I'm super happy. Thank you so much for giving me cost savings as well as a peace of mind and convenience. Then we'll request the second part of the payment. So
Oh,
we are
got it.
equally involved to ensure that we are there, we are communicating, we are serving you, we are supporting you, we are addressing your queries. And this is a flat fee that, unlike lawyers who will bill you by the hour and say, okay, now your hour is,
Yes.
now I'll charge you or invoice you one more $100, nothing like that. So if it takes 1 week, if it takes 15 days, if it takes 20 days, if you say, hey, I'm going, I have 2 days of work, let's touch base afterwards, or you can say that I want to go on the weekend, or can you show it to me at 7 in the morning? Whatever time is suitable for you, my team is there for you. So there is no additional cost, there is no additional fees. All of that is included till you are getting the keys of your vehicle. And we will be there to support at every step along the way, including working on finance negotiations. Because the moment you will submit your credit score, credit application to the dealership, your score being around 600, 600 plus, the dealership will give you an APR, which is the annual percentage rate at about 12 to 14%, which is very, very high. But we
Mm,
know that we can bring it down and we can get it lower. So just like how we'll be fighting for your van pricing, we'll also be fighting with the dealership to get a lower APR so that we can save on the interest which we'll be making as a part of a monthly payment. Plus,
yes.
as I rightly mentioned in the starting or the beginning of the call, after 3 months, your credit score will improve. You come back to us and say, Neil, I want to refinance. We'll help you refinance again and will not take any fees. It's just part of our complimentary support to ensure that you are paying less amount possible towards any fees and the actual amount is going towards vehicle payoff. That is your van payoff.
So that's why you have so many 5-star reviews, right? So
Yes, we work day in and
yes,
day night, and we
it's
ensure
just
that.
good business.
Sorry?
It's good business, right?
Thank you.
Because yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I need to be, yeah, because that was for me, that was for important, because a lot of you know a lot of car buying services will only negotiate the contract, but they can't help me in terms of my monthly payment,
Yeah.
in terms of interest and all that. So because I know that a lot of dealerships, they will make your um credit score look worse than it is.
Yes, they will.
Yes. So
And so,
that's to increase. Yeah.
yes. So what they do is we have three different credit score. Very good point you brought it here. We have, Equifax. We have CRIFs, right? Like that, we have three different credit scores. So what they will do is they will get all the three scores from once they run your credit, and they will only bring one paper instead of three papers. The one
Ah,
which has the lowest score,
I see.
yeah, so that they can
Oh, that's
charge
how.
more. So because what
Right.
they will do is they will say from the lending institution, they will get 10% for you, but then they will bill you at 15%. So they will keep that 5% monthly interest as their profit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we slash down on that profit and we say, bring all three, show it to us where we are. Then we do the market comparison. We look at what credit unions are offering. we look at what other large banking institutions are offering, and then we say we'll only buy this vehicle at X percentage. Go back to your boss, go back to your finance director, and get that rate approved.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I do have oh yeah, I'd like to add just really it would be, regarding the what I'm asking for in what I'm looking for in a van is really simple. But just a couple of things would be nice to have if it had a rear view reverse camera,
Sure.
right?
Akansha, please take a note here.
Right. And windows on the rear doors would be nice,
Okay.
and another window on on the side door would be even nicer, but they're not quite deal breakers, but they would be really that would really be nice if they had that.
Sure. We will
I mean,
definitely.
for me, the rear windows are more important
Okay.
than the side.
Okay, side earlier is more important. So what we'll do is we'll list down all the when as everything having the basic preference of yours meeting. Then we'll list down some of the whens which are meeting all of your preferences. And then we can also
Right.
compare, okay, how it is trending, whether for all the preferences is the price like skyrocketing heavily or it's still the same price plus or minus 500. And then we can make a judicious call on that front.
Also, Neil, I have made some. I mean, I've been doing a lot of research already, and so there, I already have 3 or 4, uh, prospects. Can I send them your
Yes,
information?
please.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I was about to say that if you have certain links which you have
Mhm.
shortlisted, we'll also add that to our research. So this is a very collaborative way, right? Your feedback,
Sure.
because you are the final decision maker, you are the one who are going to purchase, so it will never be like your listings are not counted. We will take your listings and add on the top of it as you have started and doing some research to ensure that we are able to incorporate those on your behalf. We will also reach out to those dealerships so that we can start getting the pricing as well.
Or if you can find an equal one at a better deal, that's a better deal, right? Then of course,
Yeah,
then
that's
I
given.
could abandon those
Yeah, yeah,
guys
that's
because
given.
yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
uh, Because yesterday I was, it kind of pains me because I was at a dealership in Santa Ana, which is like around
Yep.
40 miles away
40
from me
miles
and
away.
all that.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, it looked really clean. The only just a couple of problems with there's a between the cargo area and the driver's area.
The driver's area.
There's it had it already came with a divider,
Partition.
like
Yes.
a partition. Yeah, the partition, and the door to that partition just was a little bit stuck. And
Okay.
also, just one other thing is the visor on the passenger side was perfect, but the visor
Driver's
on
side.
the driver's side was like a little bit,
Oh,
like a little bit stiff, right?
okay. Hmm.
But that was all. That was it. I mean, those I can live with for sure. But
No, so
and
we,
the
what we,
exterior was like pristine, man. It was
oh, is
like
it? Okay.
really clean. Okay, the only catch, it's 145,000 miles.
Oh,
It's
okay.
only 3 years old. 2021, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But I
It
think,
shouldn't.
yeah, it
The
shouldn't.
mileage is really high.
No, so that means that this particular van is used for logistics and especially cross country. So it would have traveled from west coast to east coast, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why it can you can have this many miles. Otherwise, it's very challenging to put more than 150,000 miles in 3 years. Yes.
Yeah, it works out to roughly 50,000 miles a
A
year
year. Correct.
because almost
Yeah.
because it's only 2021.
Yeah.
So then I'm faced with the dilemma. I mean, I would really have to have it looked at by by you guys and whatever, however it can be done. But if they can sort of, I mean, is it still possible? Because it's so perfect, it's what I'm looking for. But if, I mean, it would break my heart to have to leave it. But at that, at 145, it's to be realistic. It's probably not in good condition, right? Uh,
No, so what we'll do is once we initiate this process, immediately we'll take the link or the Santa Ana dealership information, and within 100 miles of your zip code, we'll quickly find different vans which are out there. And then we'll see that does all the vans have like 150 or 100,000 miles or more. Okay, if not, that means this van was like driven continuously. It's like a plane, takes off, lands, takes off, lands, takes off, lands. There is no rest, only the driver changes, right, or the pilot.
oh,
Yeah. So if that's the case, then we'll ask the dealership to give us a dealership inspection report immediately to see what's actually like behind the scenes or behind the curtains. If
right.
it looks good, and as you mentioned that just the driver's side wind chill, we can ask the dealership to fix it. Small things we can always get it comped or complimentary
Mhm.
from the dealership, or we ask them, hey, we'll take out $300 because we gotta go in the market to get it fixed. So that both ways we play around with the dealership, and then we will also compare the similar options. If you still, after looking at other options, feel that this is the one you want to go for, then we'll initiate the negotiations. Once the price will come down, then we'll request that let's get it mechanically inspected. That is by a third party, which is where you will have to
Mm.
shell out maybe $100 or so, but we'll
Sure.
coordinate everything, and they are usually an unbiased person. So they will actually tell you what is true, what is false, and what is like
Mhm.
made up things. And then if it is like just little bit fixture uppers, then we can consider. But if it has some severe transmission or engine related issues, then we will pass it. Then we'll not go for it.
Right, because the chances are pretty high. I mean, at that, yeah, they really ran it,
Yes.
obviously. But the one thing that's good, that's on its side, is it's 2021. That's that's relatively new.
Yes, that's
So
relatively.
there's the age old. Is it better to get a new one with a high mileage or an old one with lower mileage? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I al-
yeah.
I
So
al-
it's a
I
little bit of
always
a
uh,
dilemma.
yeah, it's always a dilemma. And the best answer to this, it's not my answer, but it's how like the industry is structured is that you gotta
Mhm.
buy a good car in your budget. So if it is 1 or 2 year older, but a clean car without any issues, it's rather better to get that than getting a newer car with issues. Because then there is no point of like buying a newer one. You can just get
Right.
physical features or a little bit latest advancement in terms of the tech or the entertainment system, but the vehicle, I mean the van, needs to do the basic thing, which is commute from point A to point B.
Mhm.
And if it cannot do that, then it is losing the purpose what we are paying for. And definitely keep in mind, Ray, that for the pre-owned vehicles which are at this price point and about 30-40,000 miles, the moment you pay the dealership and you take your vehicle, that is the van, out of their doorstep, that is just their fencing, right, to the city roads, and if anything happens to that vehicle or the van, and if you take it back to the dealership will say, I don't know, I didn't sell it, this is not me,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
we have to be a little bit cautious before we make this transaction.
Right. So another thing is, if you have the mechanic come to the dealership themselves, is that can they make a thorough enough evaluation? Because don't they have to like put it on a lift, or don't I have to take it to an actual
No, so the
shop?
dealership allows them to take it. But
Oh,
yeah, but
sweet.
what they do is they will keep the mechanic's driving license, their
Hmm.
personally identifiable information, and they'll make them sign a paper. That means if you don't bring it back within 5 to 6 hours, then we will file a case against you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's a very
Understood.
simple way.
Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So right now, I don't know. I don't have that many questions. Really. So do I? Uh, can we communicate via email? That would be easier for me because the phone is a little bit. Is it possible to do that?
Yeah, yeah. So, upon completion of this call, Akansha, who is on the call, she will do a welcome email with an introduction. We also have a
Mhm.
client handbook, which will share it with you. And then the team members who will be actually doing the market research and also negotiating with the dealership, they will also be looped in. And as a business owner, I'll always be marked in all the CC, I mean, as a CC in the email so that I'm aware, okay, where we are with raise engagement, how far we have reached, if there is any bottleneck or not. So we take this very seriously. I have an internal team meeting at like 9 in the morning every day and at 4 in the afternoon to ensure that we are on track. So this is nothing, this is not like, okay, we are doing it, let's see how it works. It's a very serious
Mhm.
affair for us, and we take it very, very, I would say, systematically and in a just like how big companies do a daily meeting, daily stand-up, daily touch points, daily activities. That is how the team is also working to ensure that we abide by the timelines, the preferences of our client.
Very efficient.
Yes, yes, we have to do it. Then only we can reach to certain five-star reviews and client appreciations, client referrals, and the support and the love from the community.
Thank you. So do I do? Will you be sending me? There's a list that I have to fill up in terms of my requirements, which are really very simple, but
So we can
right.
fill it out right now if that is more convenient to you, or if you think that
Sure,
you want to
sure.
fill it out by yourself, then we can even do it that way.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, really, there isn't that much. Yeah, maybe I should just do it myself. I mean, I would send that to you via email, right?
No, so we have a form. So
Oh, form. Right, great.
we'll share that link with you. You click on that link. It will ask for your
Yeah,
name, email, phone number, and then your
right.
preferences. There are about 10 or 15 questions on that front. Let me just show you so how it is, but you can fill it out at your own time. So you can think through it and you can add everything
Sure.
what you would like to it. And always keep in mind that this form is just a starting preference. Okay, so
Yes.
if you think, okay, I mentioned something in the form, but now I want something like this, little bit different, we can always adapt and we can always tweak our search, tweak our market research. So it's not full and final, it's just a starting point for us to understand where you are coming from
Yes.
and then initiate the process accordingly.
Right. I mean, I understand that some of my, I mean, especially given my credit rating, you mean, I don't know, I can just aim high, but then you can always like pull me back down to earth in terms of, oh, you know what, in terms of being realistic,
Hmm.
let's say like how many months I can pay or what. Do I also include how many months I'm willing to pay?
Yeah.
I mean, how many years I'm willing to pay for a car, or
So what will happen is let me just do a quick calculation for you. Let's say
right?
we're looking at 20,000 as a budget. Let's say if it is this, just a second. So we will be looking at around 60 months. That is
60
5 years.
months.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I mean, if that lowers the monthly payments, that's fine with me because I can always
Refinance
i-
it.
refinance it. I can always get more. I mean, I can always accelerate the payments. That will bring down the interest, right? If I accelerate the payments, if there are certain years where I want to accelerate the payments by 3 months or 4 months, like as I earn more money,
Yeah, yeah,
then
can
yes,
you
you
can
know
do
what I'm
that.
saying,
Yeah, yeah, and you can also
right?
do something called prepayment. That means you can go back to the bank or go back to the dealership and say, "Hey, here is my $2,000. Can you please use it towards the down payment or towards a prepayment?" So that instead of
Right,
they calculating the interest on $18,000, which is still pending, now it will come down to $16,000.
right.
Yeah.
Let's say in the future, like say 6 months in, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then yeah, yeah. Okay, then. Um, yeah.
Yeah. So I was
How do I
about
sign up?
Yeah, so I'll just give you a quick overview on this form and you take your time. So this is the form. All right.
Right.
I hope you are able to see my screen. Let me just zoom in.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is the email. Okay. What kind of vehicle you are looking to purchase? What is the timeline, year, make, model, trim, miles or kilometers? As we serve the US clients, we have mentioned kilometers here as well. Packages, the drivetrain, colors, must-haves, must-not-haves, your zip code. We'll keep search radius as 100 miles so that at least you can go and visit before we make the final
Yes.
call. Your budget, we'll put finance over here. You can also put $500 as your budget here. And then
Yes.
you would request your mobile number and click submit. So the moment you will submit, just keep in mind that the once you click submit, there is a captcha. So it's basically a verification. That means you are a human and not a bot who is trying to fill the form. So it will ask you, yeah, just click on all the bridges or click on all the buses, and then it will let you submit. We have kept that to ensure that only valid, legit forms we are getting. Otherwise, we get spams throughout the day. So it's just an additional review kind of a point, but it's a standard part of a Google. It's not something what we have created.
Sure.
The moment you complete this, we'll get a notification. A spreadsheet like the one which I shared with you will be created, and that link will be shared in every email the time when we communicate. So you can click on it, you can review it. We can even take a snippet and give it to you on your mobile so that you have an easy access so you can scroll around. And then in the handbook, which is there, you will have the phone number and the emails of all the team members. And at level 3, that is escalation matrix, at level 3, I'll be there. My phone number will also be present. So they, at any time, if you directly want to speak with me along with Akansha or without Akansha, you can just give us a call. Akansha's direct number is also there. And we are available all on WhatsApp, text messages, phone calls. We want to ensure that we are there in every mode of communication, which is preferred by our clients, so that we can
Oh,
deliver.
thank you.
Yes.
Sounds good. So you have my email.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
do have
Akansha
that.
does,
Yes.
right? So then you will be sending me that form through email, right? The
Yes. Yes.
preference form, yeah, yeah, or any other form I need to fill up. Yeah. Okay, sounds great then. Sounds great. How do I sign up? How
Sure.
do I?
So,
Yeah.
with respect to the payment, I'll also share with you, and then you can make a payment later on. We are not dealership that where Ray, I'll ask you to pay right away. So take your time, this afternoon, evening per your availability. So this is where we go into our car buying service page, and this is where all the fees are. So you can see the curation is $700, negotiation is $700, but we have a
Mm-mm.
$200 off running at the right now. So you will have to put a code called DEAL 200. Akansha will put that in the email, so you will just copy it and paste
All
it.
right. Right.
So once you click here, it will take you to the payment page and you have three options. One is a PayPal, debit card, or
Mm-mm.
credit card. So you can take your time, and here we would just request your name. email.
Mm-mm.
Promo code, you will just put DEAL 200. So you can see that
Right.
instead of 699, it has become 499. And then
Mm.
just go ahead and do a PayPal or a debit or a credit.
Oh,
Yes.
so if you scroll up though, what
Yep.
does the 699 mean instead of four? I mean,
No, so it's just a discount. Actual fees is 699.
oh,
Yes.
so what I'll actually be paying at the end of the it's $1,000. I mean, all
It's
told, right?
$1,000. So it's 499 right now as a part of
Right.
the negotiation process. Okay. And
Uh.
once we complete the negotiation for you, price negotiation, finance lease negotiation, and deal
Right.
closure, then you will click here on negotiate. It's the same thing.
Mm.
Okay. It's just
Oh.
loaded on my side. And then instead of 699, once it loads, you will again put a promo code DAL 200. So it will become 499 and you will do a checkout.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Okay,
actual
that
price
sounds
is,
good.
yes, $998. But to make it simple for our verbal communication, it is 500 each.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay then.
we have an option to pay it all together as well. So this is $1,200 where you can apply 200 discount and just pay $1,000 right away and uh,
Right.
take care of it. But we give both the options to our client. Some of our
Oh,
clients will say that I don't want to pay two parts. I don't have time. I trust you guys. I'll just pay $1,000, take care of everything, right? And we don't have anything in terms of trade. So this is not applicable right now.
sure, sure. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Uh,
You will receive two links from Akansha. One to get started with respect to the $500 payment, and second is to fill out the client requirement form to understand all of your van preferences, what you have shared. So we have taken notes while we are on the call, but you take time to fill it out. But if you feel it's too much to fill it out, give a call to Akansha. She will just fill it out on your behalf to make it also easier on your end. Either way is fine by us.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Sure.
Alrighty then.
Okay, thank you so much. Anything else
Thank you.
before we conclude the call?
Oh, I can't think of anything right now. Yeah, I do. I okay. Can I can I send those prospects I have? It'll be easier to send them on the screenshots as well as their their addresses and what the dealerships are, right? So
Yeah.
I yeah,
By any chance, you have the links to those prospects? If not, you can send the photos.
right,
Okay.
right, because then I can send you the link, but it'll only be the link to the dealership itself and the address, right? But not the actual.
Oh, no, I
I
was
mean,
talking
I could
about
try. I
the.
could try that. I could
No,
try
no.
it.
So see, Ray, if it is going to take too much of your time, the only reason you are hiring us so that you don't have to deal with this. Correct.
Oh, thank
You
you.
you share what you have. If in case if we have any queries, we will connect with you and say, can you please help on this front?
Thank you, Neil. Thank
Sure.
you so much.
You are most welcome,
Ready.
and we look forward to serving you.
I look forward to as well.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Take care now.